Europa League returns this week with 8 clubs left, all duking it out to grab a bit of silverware and, of course, a sneaky backdoor passage into the Champions League next season. Who's going to take advantage this week in the quarter-final first legs? We're going to take a look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another product review. Today we return for the Europa League. It's the quarterfinals, it's the first legs, and we'll get to it in a second. If you're new where you've been, smash the old subscribe button. Your one-stop shop for the Europa League is right here under Waruski. We've got the likes of Liverpool, Bayer Leverkusen, the Hammers, that's right, Marseille. It's a juggernaut city as we enter the last 8, of course, the last 4, of course, matches, quarterfinal stages of this year's Europa League. Who's going to go the distance? We'll take a look at it, all of it in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, you know who you are. And again, if you do, hit the old subscribe, guys and girls. Of course, also on the channel, I've got a prediction video for the entire Europa League. Who's going to go all the way, and lift the trophy at the end of the campaign. So make sure you check that out. But of course, that could all change because I might get it completely wrong here with, of course, those quarterfinal first leg picks. So let's, of course, turn the clock back to last time around and recap how I got on with those last 16 second legs. Got myself 19 points, which is an upgrade of the previous score lines there. So that's good to know. And again, I think I missed out on adding a lot of points in, so that's just my bad. I'm just not used to it. So we start with AC Milan 3-1 win over Slavia Prague. I went with a 2-1 win. Milan go through 7-3 on aggregate. They're of course one of 3 Italian teams in those last in the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, West Ham 5-0 demolition job over Freiburg. I went with a 2-0 win. 5-1 on aggregate. West Ham go through 4 points for that as well. Meanwhile, Rangers crash out against Benfica 1-0 on the night. I went with a 2-1 win for Rangers. Benfica 3-2 though on aggregate. They are there. Meanwhile, Villarreal did beat Marseille 3-1 on the night. I went with a draw, 5-3 on aggregate. Marseille go through with that strong first leg lead. Meanwhile, Leverkusen, a tight game against Quarterback 3-2. On the night, I think they were down 2-0 at one stage. 2-0 win for me, 5-4 in aggregate. Leverkusen go through. And Atalanta picked up a 2-1 win over Sporting. I went 2-1 win the other way. Atalanta go through. Job done. Meanwhile, Brighton with a 1-0 win over Roma, but it was not good enough. 2-2 final score in my eyes. 4-1 it was on aggregate for Roma. Got myself no points for that one. And then Liverpool 6-1 demolition job over Sparta Prague. 3-0 win in my eyes. 11-2 on aggregate. Piece of piss, wasn't it, for the Scousers. Let's take a look then at the leaderboard. Well done, Nico ZT. He's got himself 51 points. Well done there. Motta up there with 42. Ottman's up there with 41. And 47 with 40. And then it cuts off a little bit with Costas K. And then, of course, the chasing pack. And then me down there because I just... Can I have a look at what they got here? 4 points, 4 points, 4 points, 5 points, 9 points. What did he do here? Goal difference, first team to score, underdog bonus. Okay, I'm just curious. It's a lot of points compared to mine. Pathetic scoreline. But anyway, enough about that. That's, of course, the round leg. What about the overall scenario? Well, the overall scenario looks like this. Motta, 454. Tops the charts. Nico CT is there as well. 77 into the top 3. Realistically, it's a tight one here. Not many games left, but a lot of points could still be got on the offer. I am completely out of this one, and I've given up the ghost. Make sure you, of course, you keep on going. Of course, a lot of guys not really giving it a go anymore because it's quite hard to do that when you're not winning. But anyway, enough about that. Let's of course look forward to those next round of games over in the Europa League. So let's kick it all off with, of course, a look at those quarterfinals, first legs. There's only 4 games this week, 4 games next week, and there's some ding dongs coming at you right here, right now. Starting with Benfica up against Marseille, of course. All these games kicking off at the same time. So take your pick. Which one do you think is the most attractive of the games? It's Benfica. It's Marseille. They have played each other 6 times since 2004. 3 wins for Benfica, 1 for Marseille, 2 draws, of course. Benfica with a 2-0 win, their biggest, scoring 9 goals in those 6 games, 1.50 goals a game on average. Meanwhile, Marseille, 2-1 win, the biggest, scoring 5 goals in those 6 games, 0.83 goals a game on average. Marseille, though, ridiculously horrible form, 33% form for them right now, 4 defeats on the spin. That's, of course, a major bearing here up against the Benfica side, 75% form for them. Back-to-back games, though, without a win, so not great for them either. But the previous match between these two sides at Benfica in Portugal that was competitive was a 1-1 draw way back in March 2010. It was the round of 16 in the Europa League. Benfica on the back of that 2-1 loss against Sporting. Marseille with that 3-1 loss to Lille. Of course, a quick look at how we got to this stage. Potentially anyway, I'm not too sure. I think what we got. They both coming through. They both come through the Champions League. Now Marseille coming through second place in Group B behind Brighton ahead of Ajax, of course, and Benfica. I think they did come through the trapdoor of the Champions League. Quick look at the odds for the title. We've got Benfica coming at you right here right now, 60-1 to go the distance. Marseille are 21 underdogs, of course, but the odds for this game right here right now, just this game, 2017 on is your Benfica, 13-5. The draw 7-2 is your Marseille. I'm backing Benfica here comfortably, and I think they might even put themselves in a good predicament because of the recent woeful form of Marseille. 2-0 win for me for Benfica on this one. Then we have another cracker. It's Bayer Leverkusen against West Ham United over at the Bay Arena. They have played each other just the one time. Of course, previously it was a friendly, but we're not going to really look into that too much. Of course, Leverkusen 100% form for them right now. Haven't lost the last 43 matches. Haven't lost any of the last 25 home matches, and they've won 7 home matches in a row. Up against West Ham United, 58% form for them. Just 1 defeat in the last 6 matches. Of course, West Ham picked up a 2-1 win over Wolves. Big win for them. It was Leverkusen with a 1-0 win over Union Berlin, and it's been back-to-back clean sheets for Leverkusen heading into this one as well, picking up a 4-0 impressive win also in the DFB Pokal. The odds, we'll get to the odds in a minute. The journey for these two clubs here, Leverkusen topping Group H, perfect record for them. West Ham also doing the biz in Group A ahead of Leverkusen's fellow Bundesliga team there, Freiburg. They top the charts on that one. Of course, quick look at the odds for the title. Leverkusen are second favourite, 7-2 to go the distance. West Ham are 14-1, but they've got to get past this German juggernaut at the moment. And of course, the odds for this one right now is 9-4 on is your Leverkusen, 7-2 is the draw, 6-1 is your away win. We are going to go with I'm going to go with a 3-0 win, big one for Leverkusen because they're just so clinical right now, and I can't see much stopping them at the moment. Meanwhile, Liverpool up against Atalanta. That's right, of course, over at Anfield, that's right. Played each other twice since 2020, both competitive action. Of course, we'll look at those in a minute. Liverpool, though, 67% form for them right now, just 1 defeat in the last 6. Of course, meanwhile, Atalanta, 50% form for them, 1-2 lost to and drawn 2 over the last 6, of course. And it's been back-to-back defeats for Atalanta. However, last time they played each other over in Liverpool, it was a 2-0 win for Atalanta back in November 2020. That was in the Champions League. Liverpool, though, on the back of a 2-2 draw against Manchester United. Atalanta did lose, though, to Cagliari. It's been back-to-back defeats for them, losing to Cagliari and also Fiorentina in the Coppa Italia semi-finals, of course. The journey for both these two clubs here. Liverpool did come through the Group E. A couple of defeats along the way, 12 points so far for the season. Atalanta topping Group D without a defeat. And of course, quick look at the odds to go the distance. Liverpool are favourite 11-10 on to lift the trophy. Atalanta are, of course, way out there, 20-1, because they got a difficult least passage to get to that final. Of course, the odds for this game is 11-4 on is your Liverpool here, 9-2. The draw 7-1 is your way. We're going to go with a 3-0 win here for Liverpool as well to put themselves in command heading into the second legs. And then wrap it up. It's AC Milan. It is, of course, Roma coming at you over in the Giuseppe Meazza. Played to the 68 times in 1993, 27 wins for Milan. 19 wins for Roma, 22 draws, of course. Milan, 4-1 win the biggest, scored 93 goals in 68 games, 1.37 goals a game on average. Roma, 5-0 win the biggest, scored 88 goals in 68 matches, 1.29 goals a game on average. Just 1 defeat in the last 6 for Roma, 67% form for them right now. Against the Milan side, 100% form for them, 6 wins for the bounce at the very least. They haven't lost any of the last 8 matches or any of the last 8 home matches, of course. Last time they played each other, of course, over at the Giuseppe Meazza, was in the league back in January 2024, 3-1 win was for Milan, who are unbeaten against Roma over the last 6. 4 wins, 2 draws as well. Of course, Milan on the back of a 3-0 win over Lecce. Roma did pick up a 1-0 win over Lazio in the Roma derby. And that's 1, 2, 3 clean sheets on the spin for Roma heading into this one. The odds, though, in fact, scrap the odds. We're going to go, of course, AC Milan journey to this stage came via the Champions League in that Group F, I think. Group of Death, if you remind me. And then, of course, Roma did come through this second place behind Slavia Prague in Group G. Of course, the odds to lift the trophy, we have AC Milan 7-1 to lift it up at the end of the campaign. Roma are 12-1, but of course the odds to win it right here, right now, this game is 5-4 on is your Milan. They are favoured here, 13-5, of course, is your draw, 7-2 is your away. We're going to go with a 2-1 win here. Milan taking the upper hand into the second leg, and a spicy second leg that will be. My booster, gonna pick the booster on. I'm actually going to go with Benfica here for the booster. And again, I'll hope to fill out all those other bits before the games get going. But that's my picks. Make sure you get your own picks in as well, and we look forward to seeing you guys back for those second legs when, of course, we return. But until then, subscribe, smash the old like, and of course, see you later for the next one. But until then, keep on predicting, and of course, let me know your thoughts on who's going to go the distance and win this trophy at the end of the season.